So it is time to say goodbye. Doom scrolling, a term that essentially describes what you do when you're on your phone, just scrolling with no real purpose in mind. You just mindlessly and endlessly scrolling through your phone without much thought. It's something that I've caught myself doing all too often, and I know that I'm not alone, and I know that other people catch themselves at doom scrolling, or you probably found this video in doom scrolling on your own. Basically, my personal experience with doom scrolling has been either for stimulation or to occupy my mind when I'm feeling extremely anxious or I'm procrastinating. I find myself doing it then. The goal for this challenge is quite simple. I want to optimize my phone so I can optimize my life. I want to improve on certain areas and also minimize on other areas. And how am I going to achieve this? I want to remove and modify certain distractions in my life. This is going to be by deleting apps and flipping my phone on its head. So my phone setup right now is extremely straightforward. I'm going to change it to something that's quite absurd. Can delete whole pages. This is literally all I can see when I open my phone. One folder, I've just got the things that I'll use basically every day, and then every day or every other day depending on the day. The biggest test to work out if you need to do this personally is to just change your apps around. So basically swap settings for Instagram or swap calculator out for your TikTok, so that when you open your phone and you go to tap on one of those things without really like thinking about it, you just like randomly open calculator or randomly open settings, and you'll realize whether or not that your home screen is actually dictating how often that you click on those things without actually meaning to, more or less just because you feel like it. This new phone setup, I'm not gonna lie, is an absolute pain in the ass. In a good way. Purely because whenever you want to open like Instagram, TikTok, like any other app other than like your daily essentials, you have to like scroll across, you have to search for it. It's so much more of a hassle that because you have to go through all that extra effort, you just don't want to go on it. This setup's also changing the way that I look and use my phone, because I feel like we've gotten to the point where our phones are no longer just a tool that connects us to the outside world. It's like a necessity to get through every single day, whereas it was just to make life easy a few years ago. Now it feels like we almost need it to survive. Now there's one big thing I noticed with my work, with my creativity, with basically everything that I'm doing. I noticed that when I was either doom scrolling or doing something on my phone that was releasing that quick hit of dopamine, seeing a video I like, seeing a photo I like, playing a game, I noticed that when I was doing that and getting those dopamine hits, I noticed that when I actually accomplished a task of work, I done a thing that I was supposed to do, I done a thing that I needed to do, and the things that are getting me closer to the goals that I want to accomplish, I noticed that I wasn't getting as much, like, I wasn't feeling as good when I'd done those things. And as soon as I've removed the biggest distraction in my life, as soon as I've deleted that from my life, I've noticed that I've been a lot better with work, I've been a lot more creative, I've been a lot more productive, and I've been feeling more accomplished at the end of the day with the tasks that I've completed. And I basically count it all up to not being overstimulated and also not using up all my dopamine on the shit that doesn't accomplish anything, and those things that don't get me closer to where I want to be and get me closer to my goals. I do not think I've ever been this creative. Like, I've had a creative block for a long period of time, and like I just like got so many like good ideas that I've been able to like plan out over the last couple of days, and I've been able to do it for so long. So I think like getting creative, this has honestly tremendously helped. And like honestly, my screen time has gone down by like 30%, and that's quite a lot, because basically instead of just like resting and going on my phone and using that as like my break, I've been either like going for my nap, going for a walk, doing meditation, doing like a bit of tidying up, doing the shitty annoying work / jobs that you need to do for whatever you do. Like I've been doing those things instead of doing my phone routine, and like it's so much better actually getting shit done instead of just like, oh, I think I got 5 minutes, and then 45 minutes later you're like, what the fuck have I been watching for the past 45 minutes? So the minimalistic approach has been working absolute wonders in terms of creativity and productivity. So gotta fucking love that. There's one massive change that I want to make though, and it's basically the background. The background is plain and simple. I got it from Peter McKinnon's video. I forget his name. Some other guy made it, but essentially speaking, I don't like looking at the phone as being a plain blank screen. Previously, I've always had like my goals written on the back of it, so I think I'm just gonna put it into like Canva or something and write out my current goals, so that even though like the screen's blank and you have to like go through a pain in the ass of like searching it up. It's like the biggest pain in the ass to get into any app. But basically I'm gonna have it so that whenever I unlock my phone, I purely just see my goals listed out, so that even if I am going for a distraction, if I just catch myself doing it, I can just glance down, see those goals and go, okay, shit, do I really need to be on my phone right now? Because at the end of the day, if you don't really need to be on your phone, you shouldn't really be on it. So if you find yourself on your phone quite a lot, whether you do the test where you swap your calculator for TikTok or settings for Instagram or some shit and you find yourself opening them all the time, try this challenge. I honestly enjoy it, and I'm gonna keep this set up. All I'm gonna do is add my goals in. So if you have enjoyed this video, you should please subscribe.